Justin's ability to pump fake and influence the defense, just how much of a weapon is that for you guys, and how good is he at it and utilizing it?
Yeah, no, he's got a pretty special talent that you're able to do mechanically with him, because he's got, first of all, he's got such big hands, so it's able to kind of whip it around a little bit and not have to worry about him knocking it out of his hand. But big part of what we do on some of the things we're doing with double moves and pump screens and double screens, and he does a great job at it, really selling it.
You hear about guys influencing the defense with their eyes. Is that just exaggerated?
No, that's an absolute.
Is that different?
No, that's an absolute technique for sure. I mean, exaggerating with body movement, or we talk about manipulating guys with our eyes or our body language. You can do that with defenders. So that's one of the things you can do. Obviously, with the ball on a double screen is a great way to do it. But manipulating with eyes and body control and feet, even he did it later with the footwork on the other screen, where you're able to put your feet in the ground before you throw that slow screen. Lets him know you're going to set. So little things like that, he does a really good job. He takes pretty technical when it comes to those little things, which is really nice.
Feels like Johnny and Juwan had pretty long touchdown catches. Is there some sort of competition going on between those two?
I don't know if there is. I need to find out. I hope so. That's a great competition to have. Who had the longest touchdown? Both those guys did a great job on both those plays, and it was exciting to see. And I know it was good for our guys to get out there and Justin hit a couple of good big deep balls, and it was awesome.
Feels like he's able to move Juwan around formation-wise to kind of find some different things from the last couple weeks. Is that accurate? Have you guys kind of moved him around to kind of find some advantageous spots?
Yeah, I think you've seen that from our offense the last couple of years. We did it with Dylan last year a bunch, and we're not afraid to move guys around and find advantages in slot or outside or on left corners or on right corners or into the boundary or to the field. We're not afraid to do that with our guys, and I think our guys are excited about it. It gives us an advantage in our offense, both in schematically and even recruiting, when we're recruiting wide receivers, to tell them we're going to move you around a lot.
You feel like with Webb, you're kind of settling in now at tight end more with him?
Well, I mean, Webb's another good example. You've seen him everywhere.
Yeah.
You've seen him in the slot, you've seen him at 2, you've seen him at 3. He's come out of the backfield. He's been at tight end. He's been in 12 personnel. He's really evolving and doing a nice job. Yeah, I feel like he's become a really good weapon for us. And to his credit, he's really dug in, and we're asking a lot of him. So he's done a really nice job.
Marcus, on the night where the running game may not have been as consistent as you wanted it to be, how key was Travis, where he really kept you guys on schedule, or if you weren't, he got you on schedule in a hurry on a lot of those?
Yeah, Travis did a nice job. I think that he's continued to prove that he can be a back for us that continue to put ourselves in the right position. All those guys can all play. He did a great job on the screens and does a great job in both inside and outside zone, and he continues to prove that he could be really valuable.
He did well against these guys last year at ASU, and now they're one of the best run defenses in this league. What's kind of the key to trying to create creases where teams have had a hard time with that against this team?
We've just got to stick to what we do. I mean, I think we've got a good group up front. I think we know how to run the football. We've got to make sure that we got great communication and technique and fundamentally sound. And, you've got a defense that moves around a lot, does a great job at the line of scrimmage and in the box. And we've got to do a really good job. We've got a great test. I think they're excited about it.
The touchdown to Juwan, a play that's been in the playbook and plot, or is that something that you add in as the season goes along and guys get more comfortable with more things?
Yeah, I mean, those are part of your oddities. You work a handful of them each week over the course of the year, and sometimes you keep working them. We've worked that one for quite a time, and there's a few more that things that we've done that you just get at the right time in the right place. And guys that worked down for a while, they did a great job executing. Really nice job.
Looked like perfection. I mean, in terms of getting it back to him, and then the throws right on the money and right in stride, and Juwan's right where he needs to be.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Those guys have they've done a great job working that play over and over and over, and you never know what's going to come to fruition, and they made it count.
How many times do you have to run that in practice to feel comfortable? Let's call it in a game.
I personally will never run that, so I will pull a hamstring if I ran that route or throw my arm out. You run your oddies, 3-4 times to feel like it's going to be like, the key to it is got to run at full speed.
Right.
And that's what the practice has got to. You have to make sure guys are running those plays full speed to really feel like, okay, in the course of the game, or you get the look you want, We've been practicing that play for a while, and it hit right at the right time, and they did an awesome job. You tell that they didn't flinch when I called it, and that's the other thing you don't want. You want to feel like, oh, here it comes,
Yeah. With Micah out, who are some of the guys maybe in position to be kind of the next guys up?
Well, I mean, we're back to what we've done all season, right? I mean, we're in the point of the season where we've had all those guys play somewhere. I mean, Delgado will come back into play. I mean, the Webb's going to come back into play. Brian Addison still, he's playing in the whole position. I mean, David Davis can come back over and help us out a little bit more. And I mean, that's kind of how the season's been with those guys. And so I think those guys have done a great job. I think they'll step right up. Next guy up.
On the topic of that flea flicker, we saw the hook and ladder against USC. Was that maybe wasn't a good liner, but that trick play. Was that a part, late in the season we're going to open up and try these things out in game time? Or
No, you just try to, you set those things up as the season goes on, you see if they play in, you got them in your playbook, you just got to kind of do them at the right time. You can't do them just to do them. They got to fit in what you're doing in the game plan, I think, and you got to present them in different ways. And things like that we're coming up with on the good and the screen. With screen game's been good for us. The ladder's going to be part of our package. The reverse to red has been something that people have seen and come across, and it kind of worked out in the free throw and things like that. So you just try to have compliments to what you're doing, and they can come out at any time.
Ryan Bay, can you tell me what he's meant to the program, senior?
I'm sorry?
Ryan Bay, what he's meant to the program as a senior?
Oh, Bay's done an awesome job. Another example of a guy, kind of a Swiss Army knife. We've kind of been asking him to do a whole bunch of stuff, and at the tight end position with where we're at with Cam down and Breland down this year, let alone last year, same thing, He's done an awesome job, man. He's done such a good job of being a guy in the box and being a tough guy and working every day, and ultra competitor, athletic, program guy. He wears that O on his chest with pride, and he should.
Thanks, Coach.